Hey everybody, JB here. Welcome to part 4 of our Michigan Build series. In part 3, we finished up our second corn harvest and got everything put into the grain dryer and got that started. Now we're getting set for our plowing and planting season. Let's get to it. We're now in November, and taking a look at our production here, we've realized that our dried corn production has stopped. The reason for that is we have run out of propane. So we're going to have to lease another tanker truck and get some propane transferred up to the grain dryer. Picked up our tanker truck and we're heading over to our propane property. I think I'm just going to call it our hazardous material property. And we're about to pull up here. Get the tanker backed in. And we're just going for another 8,000 liters again. Reason for that is I really don't have the money to be putting any more than that in at the moment. So we'll get it delivered up to the farm and get our production started again. Almost done getting her filled up. Alright, we'll go ahead and return our tanker truck. Okay. And then we'll go in and make sure our production has started running again. There we go. And looks like that'll be it for today. We've moved ahead to March. It's time to get our plowing done. Go over to the shed here and get our tractor hooked up to the plow. We'll get our AI worker started. And there he goes. He's on his last pass of plowing here. And after this, we'll get the equipment cleaned up and put away. And we'll jump ahead to next month to get our planting started. I'm not so sure that I want to stick with corn. I think if we ever want to dig out of debt, we're going to have to do something with a little bit more of a price tag associated with it. So I'm thinking about switching over to soybeans, because dried soybeans make a heck of a lot more than dried corn does. But we'll see next month when we do our planting. We're now in April. It is planting day. And I have decided to switch over to soybeans. I am going to have to switch out some of the equipment on the combine, basically just the header. I haven't really looked into how expensive that is yet, but I'm pretty sure that when we sell our crop, of corn, we should be able to pay for it. So making sure that I've switched our planter over to soybeans. Yep. We'll get the AI worker started here. Just make sure that he can get going. And he's off in a straight line. Getting ready to finish our last pass of planting soybeans. Get this folded up. We'll take it back to the shop, do the maintenance on it, clean everything off, get it put away, and then we'll skip forward a month to do fertilizing, and then it's just selling our crops. We're back in May, getting ready for the fertilization of our fields. Already got the fertilizer hooked up here. Take it right out, and look at all those soybeans. It's nice and pretty. So we'll get the field fertilized and bring you back when we're done. Just about ready to finish fertilizing. That should be it. I'm a little concerned with how low our finances are getting. I was hoping to lease a truck to move our crops around when we go to sell them. I actually think it's next month. June is the best selling time, I believe. But it doesn't look like we're going to be able to unless I add on to our loan amount, which I'm hesitant to do. But we'll get this stuff cleaned up and put away, and when we come back we should be selling our crop. We are in June, and it is the right time to be selling our crop. I'm going to try to use our grain cart to haul everything down to the farmer's market, which is pretty much on the other side of the map. I want to see how long that takes us, how much we can take it at, well, I know how much we can take at a time, but I can't, oh, not paying attention. But see how long it takes us. And first of all, how much do we have? We had 194 or 197,000, and we're down to 173. So the drying process did take away a decent amount. as we look in here, dried corn, a little over $1,000, close to $1,100 at the farmer's market. We'll take the long drive down there. See how long this takes us. And the answer is entirely too long. At 37,000 liters a trip, I would have to go back and forth at least 5 times. That's not going to work for me. So I think I'm going to look into, first of all, I want to know how much we actually make off of this. And then I want to look into purchasing a truck and a trailer. Maybe not so much the truck, but the trailer should only be, I think I've got one mod trailer in here for about, I don't know, 40 or 50,000 that I could use, and then just lease the truck. Okay, so we made 40,000 off of that harvest income. So let me take a look at what trailers we have available, and we'll go from there. I did take one more load down to sell. I just wanted to make sure that we had plenty of money, or a good amount of money, before we went looking for new equipment. Let's get this grain cart parked. Put the tractor over here back where it belongs. And let's take a look at the semi-trailers. And there is this Wilson trailer for about 40,000. It has a unrealistic load capacity of 176.2. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and purchase this at the unrealistic, because otherwise I'm going to be making trips back and forth all day long. And with the farmer's market being the only place you can sell it, driving to the other side of the map isn't really something that I'm interested in. Well, I purchased a truck and was able to fill at the grain dryer, but it did not have the horsepower that I needed to pull this trailer effectively. So I had to stop at the John Deere dealer to increase its horsepower a little bit. And now it's not having any problems. I decided on the International Transtar 2. The mod that I have for it has a CVT transmission, which when you're hauling heavy loads is pretty beneficial. Well, we'll get over the sell point here, and we'll get the rest of our 96 or 97,000 liters sold. And I did purchase this truck, by the way. So it did take up a little bit more cash than we were expecting. Boy, this trailer doesn't unload very quick. But I guess if you got that much inside, it doesn't It's not really a fast process. Switch over to the rear. All right. So all in all, purchasing the tractor trailer and messing around with increasing the horsepower and stuff. After we sold our harvest, we ended up with $124,584. I don't have much room for this on the farm, so I'm going to take this to our second location. I'd really like to buy that property. Have that be our hazardous material site. It's a little bit bigger. But then again, if I buy this field, I could always square off that little section and build something a little bit better. A little bit bigger of a garage. We'll eventually get a tanker to go along with this. That way we don't have to lease a tanker truck every time we need some propane. So this is definitely going to be our, what I'm going to call our hazardous material site. So eventually when we do spraying and stuff, I'll keep the spraying liquids and fertilizer liquids and everything else down here too. Since we don't have that much space on the main farm. All in all, not a bad couple of months. We had to spend a little money to make a little money, and hopefully with our next harvest of soybeans we might be able to pay off a little bit of our loan, maybe extend the farm a little bit. We'll see when we get there. This is where we're going to end the episode. If you like what you see, make sure you like, subscribe, and share the video. Hit that notification bell when you want to be notified whenever I do come out with a new video. If you've missed the other parts of the series, you can take a look at the Michigan playlist that'll pop up on your screen now. And if you're interested in the Riverbend Spring series, that'll also pop up on your screen now. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.